Madden is a game filled with secret tips, mechanics, and strategies that everyone may not know. So we're gonna go over 30 Madden tips starting at the rookie level all the way to the pro level. Let's get started. If you want to start disguising your defense to hide what coverage you're in, try base aligning your defense. Base alignment makes your defense line up the exact same every snap, so your opponent will never know what your defense is in. To turn on base align, go to coaching adjustments by pressing the right stick in the play calling menu. Then go to auto alignment and turn on base. You can also base align in the actual play by pressing Y or triangle, then right on the left stick. When your opponent is scrambling with your QB a lot, the best thing you can do is QB contain your DNs. You can do this by double tapping R1 or RB. This will change the DN's assignment to keep the QB in the pocket and not let them run free outside of the pocket. One of the best ways to read a defense is to find out if they are in man or zone. The easiest way to determine this is to motion a receiver from one side to the other. The way you do this is by pressing B or O to switch players. When you get to the correct receiver, flick the left stick or the D-pad in the way you want to motion him. When he's in motion, watch the defender lined up over him. If he runs with the receiver, the defense is most likely in a man defense. If the defender stays put, it is most likely a zone defense. The cut stick tackle is one of the most reliable tackles. It is great to get bigger ball carriers to the ground because it'll take out their legs from underneath them. You can cut stick tackle by flicking the right stick down when you are in position to make a tackle. The best juke move in Madden 24 is the basic juke. This is done by flicking the right stick right or left. This juke will allow you to make defenders miss and help you gain more yards after the run or catch. But be sure to not hold down the right trigger when making this move because it will drastically slow down the juke animation. In a situation where you rather knock the ball down rather than pick it off, you can use the Swat Ball mechanic by pressing X or square. The Swat Ball mechanic is also used when you are too far away from the receiver to intercept the ball, but you're close enough to knock the ball down. The read option, where the QB can either hand the ball off or keep it for a QB run, can be hard to stop, but not if you know this certain adjustment. Go to coaching adjustments by pressing the right stick in and go to the option defense. From here, turn on conservative. This will make the read key for the offense stay home and not let the QB keep the ball for an easy run. When you're scrambling with the QB, you can control what direction the closest receiver to you will go by flicking the right stick in that direction. This is called Playmaker. So if I'm scrambling out of the pocket and I see open space, I will flick the right stick in that direction to Playmaker my receiver open for a big play. If you're giving up a lot of short routes, try shading your coverage down by pressing Y or triangle, then down on the right stick. This will convert your purple curl flats or cloud flats to hard flats. Hard flats do a great job of defending any short routes like drags, flats, and any other short developing routes. Another underrated juke is the hard cut. The hard cut is used to stop on a dime or change direction quickly. To hard cut, press the left trigger and hold the left stick in the direction you want to go. This will help you change direction quicker than other juke animations and is great to have in your arsenal. Next, we have the all-pro tips. When running a play action play, you can cancel the play action by double tapping the right trigger. This can be useful if the pressure is getting to you quicker than expected and you have to get rid of the ball before getting sacked. Have you ever noticed these meters underneath the O-lineman? These are called blocking meters. When the meters are filling up, that indicates that the O-linemen are learning your pass rusher's moves and will block better. To reset the blocking meter to 0, move your D linemen around or sub them out of the game in substitutions by pressing Y in the play calling menu. To get more interceptions, try the strafing mechanic. Strafing keeps the user player's shoulders lined up towards the QB and gives you more control of the player. You can do this by holding LT. This will allow you to read the routes better and break on the ball for easy user picks. If the QB runs out of the pocket, you can press the right stick in. This will take the closest player in coverage to run after the QB. Be careful though, because if you do this too early, you can leave receivers wide open. If you're facing an all-out blitz, you may want extra blockers. One way to get extra protection is to motion a receiver and snap the ball when he's between the O-line. This will turn the receiver into a blocker and hopefully give you more time in the pocket to pick apart defenses. Start using more drag routes in your offense. Drags are phenomenally glitchy this year, no matter what the defense is in. Against man coverage, drags gain a ton of separation, and when hit in stride, the receivers get an extra little speed boost for some extra yak yards. In zone coverage, just hit the drags before or after they get past the short zones, and you'll get the same exact outcome. Madden 24 has a new thing called adaptive AI. This means that the CPU on the defense will react better against plays you run repetitively. To completely shut down the adaptive AI, run pass options, also known as RPOs. The adaptive AI logic does not work against these types of plays, which makes them extremely powerful. The best RPOs are the ones with bubble routes. All you gotta do is read if the defense stays or commits to the run. If they commit to the run, pass it to the bubble. If they stay put, give the ball to the running back. If you're facing someone who spams bubble RPOs, the simplest way to stop those is by manning up the bubble receiver with a defender lined up over him or to the inside of him. By doing this, the defender will run towards the receiver at the snap and take away the powerful RPO. One of the most underrated routes is the purple check and release routes. These routes allow either the tight ends or the running backs to start blocking at the snap, but if there is no one to block, they will release into the route. This can help confuse your opponent, as well give you an extra time to make a throw and give you a check down if nothing else is open downfield. The best way to improve on offense instantly is to work on your pocket presence. Pocket presence is knowing when to step up in the pocket, back up, or scramble in the face of pressure. Learning when to do these certain movements will make your O-line block better and give you extra time to throw the ball. Finally, we have the all Madden tips. Have you ever wondered how people are able to make a ton of adjustments super quickly? Well, look no further than the quick adjustments where you can adjust your D-line, linebackers, and secondary with just a few buttons without switching players manually to make the adjustments. To adjust the whole defensive line, press left on the D-pad. To adjust specific players on the defensive line, double tap left on the D-pad. To adjust all the linebackers, press right on the D-pad, and to adjust specific linebackers, double tap right on the D-pad. To adjust the whole secondary, press Y, and to adjust a specific player in the secondary, double tap Y. This will help you make quicker adjustments to lock down your opponent on defense. You can adjust what depth you want certain zones to be under the zone drop settings in coaching adjustments. Press the right stick in the play calling menu to get to the coaching adjustments and scroll down until you see zone drops. There, you can adjust your zone's depth. One bonus tip is that a 25 to 30 yard hard flat on an outside corner that is backed off can easily defend corner routes or deep crosses. You can individually back off players by pressing Y or triangle, then A or X, then pick the icon your defender is lined up over. After that, you can either flick up on the left stick to back him off or down to press him. This can be useful when you want to press your whole team but want to back off one defender that may be on a speedy player. If you have zone drops on during a play when you don't want them to be, you can cancel them by pressing X or square, then the left trigger to cancel the play. This will convert your zone drop defense to the stock play that you are in, and the zone drops will no longer be on. The speed option can be dominant and fun to run, but if you don't pitch the ball correctly, it can lead to fumbles or even deflections. To lessen the chance of fumbles, press Y or triangle and the pitch button, which is L1 or LB, at the same time to Jurdle Pitch. This will make the pitch guy jump in the air and pitch the ball simultaneously. This will give your pitchman an accurate pitch almost 100% of the time. If you are in a situation where your routes are too long or short for the amount of yards you need, you can smart route them to make them shorter or longer depending on the situation. To do this, all you have to do is press Y or triangle. Then pick the player you want to smart route. Then press RB to activate the smart route, and this will make the route shorter or longer depending on where the first down is. This can be done on a few routes like posts, corners, and comebacks to name a few. Freeform passing is the biggest necessity you need to use on offense. Without it, you will not be able to lead receivers in stride, and ultimately you'll find yourself throwing more interceptions. Freeform passing allows you to throw the ball outside of this shaded circle, which allows you to hit receivers in stride and throw the ball away from defenders. Make sure placement and accuracy is on in your settings, with max distance set to near, both visibility settings set to visible, and for the speed you can start around 8 of 20 and work your way up. Then, to activate it in game, hold the left trigger while holding the receiver icon you want to throw to and the left stick in the direction you want to throw. So if I want to lead this receiver on a streak, I would hold the left trigger, square, and the left stick up simultaneously. This will lead the receiver outside of the shaded circle away from the defender. One of the most used defenses by pro Madden players is called cross-manning. One of the most common cross-man techniques is called scissors. Scissors is when you man up the safety to the solo receiver in a bunch formation and then man up the corner to the running back. This is done on the short side of the field, and this not only disguises the defense well, but will play excellent defense against short running back routes as well as anything deep by the wide receiver. This type of concept can be used against many defensive looks. There are times when you play opponents who run the same play over and over again. So if you are in a situation where you know it is either a pass or a run, you can press RB or R1. This will give you the option to run commit to the left, right, or middle, as well as pass commit. Run committing a certain way by flicking the right stick in the direction that you want will blitz all of your players in the direction that you chose, while pass committing will have your secondary react to the pass first, as well as make the D line rush the passer better. One of the best ways to become a better user defender is to learn how to keep your eyes on the routes that are developing opposed to the QB. When your eyes are on the QB, you will not be able to read what is happening on the field or put your user in a prime spot to lurk the throw. By watching the routes develop, you will be able to make an educated guess on where the QB might want to throw the ball, which will lead to more user interceptions. Now that is 30 Madden tips. Let me know in the comments how many of these tips you knew, and if you knew all of them, well, you're amazing. If you didn't know all of them, guess what? You're still amazing. Remember to like and subscribe for more Madden content, and I'll see you next video.